So this is a good way to spend an evening. A little bit of road noise, but I've done my work for the day. I just get to chill. A little bit of fishing. Got a little bunny rabbit right there. I think I've just scared the living daylights out of it, opening my van door. Bless. Hello, bunny. Well, I've just had my phone call back from my consultant. I managed to get John. I've got my laptop here because I'm working, and I managed to get John on. I did a WhatsApp chat from my laptop to John while I was on to the consultant on my phone, just so John could listen as well, just to see, because I'm already so pissed off. I didn't want it to be something that I let lead when I was dealing with the consultant. So he starts off with right, we've had a look at your scans and we can absolutely confirm that there is no evidence of cancer, reoccurrence in the area or metastasized to other areas. So, wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. My pelvic cavity, everything around there is absolutely clear of cancer. Fantastic news. I have to take that as the positive, because it does help to know that there is nothing else that's around there. It is good. It's good. And then he stopped as if that was it. And I'm like, okay. So about the coil situation. Yes, I've been speaking to the consultant. My consultant that I'm speaking to now is based in Scunthorpe. He's been speaking to the consultant in Castle Hill, where I had my treatment. And they believe that the risk involved in doing a total hysterectomy at the moment, when it's not needed, is too great, so they're not going to do it. So that again is good news, because I can't say that anyone wants a major operation unless it's needed, but it was the needed at this moment. So it's like, okay, I'll put a pin in that. Let's just see. So 2 bits of good news, yeah. Don't need an operation, and I've got no cancer. Awesome. So I said, they said that there was inflammation on my fallopian tube and in my uterus. How's that? The inflammation looked better than the previous scan, so it looks like that has actually improved. So they could see inflammation there. Okay. No one's told me that before. So if they noticed that there was inflammation on my ovary, and they knew that I'd had radiotherapy, and they knew that all my tissues were friable, and as the doctor down in Truro told me, that literally that every time she was touching things, there was blood coming through because the tissues were that friable. If it's that delicate and they didn't say anything about that, then okay. Because at that point, according to everybody, straight after my cancer treatment, yes, tissues were friable, but they weren't fibrous, so they weren't going to stick to everything else. So as long as they could be careful, they could have taken the ovary out, sorted that out, nice and simple, before everything got majorly bad. Apparently straight after the treatment is where it is better, if you're going to think of it, and it gets more friable, and then it gets fibrous the longer that you go. So if more friable then turns into fibrous. So one complaint and then another. So I asked him what they're going to do about the pain in my scar and the pains I've been getting. He went, just take painkillers. And I'm like, do you think I'd have brought it up? Can you see my notes? Can you see my notes from when I saw the consultant last time? And he's flicking through all the paper. Yep. So it's like, so what is the deal with that? Oh, that's probably just still left over from radiotherapy, so you just have to take painkillers for it. Right. Okay, so you don't think I wouldn't have just gone to my doctor and just said, can I just have some painkillers, or just taking painkillers? I would have made a point of mentioning to my gynecologist that it was a big deal, because it's a big deal. And I don't know what he normally deals with in some way, but I made a point of mentioning that it was a big deal. And she said, absolutely right, let's get an MRI scan done. And I'm fairly sure they don't do them for no reason. So I said, what about the coil? And he said that it is embedded. They have tried to take it out before, couldn't get it out. And I'm like, and it's like, I know all of this, but I have just asked him. So it's just, and then he says, there is a chance of infection, but there's also a chance that you won't get an infection. Right. Isn't that like everything? I'm so cynical, honestly. There is a chance of infection with the coil being there, but there's also a small chance that you won't get one. So what am I supposed to do then? Oh, you just need to monitor it. Right, so I'm monitoring the risk for myself because it's risky to leave it, but it's even more risky to take it out. And you're offering nothing to do with it because it's not risky enough. But if I get an infection because of this, then that's risky enough for you to then take the risk to actually do something about it. Talk about health anxiety. I mean, oh my God. It's bad enough anyway. I mean, since the contact I've got who's been looking after everything, since she said that I'm at high risk of sepsis and that, and obviously getting infections and stuff, since she said that, I'm hot flushing like mad. I'm menopausal, for God's sake. So every time I have a hot flush, if it's not going away quickly enough, I'm taking my temperature because I don't want to miss something. So I think I'm already like on the verge of, I feel hysterical all the time when I'm thinking about my health and things like that. And this isn't me. You guys know what I'm like, It's like, it is what it is. Let's just deal with it. But I don't know what this is. What is it? What am I going to have to deal with? What do I do about it? No one's telling me anything. I've got to watch it. But what do I watch out for? Do I just watch out for the same thing as last time, where I get loads of pain and a temperature? Because I get loads of pain every day, and I'm hot flushing every day, and yeah. So I put a complaint in at PALS. They've passed it over to. I did that straight after. Actually, straight after the video went out, when I first told you about all of this, and loads of people saying to put a complaint in. And I figured, if you do PALS, you look at the website, you do PALS, you put all the information in at PALS, and they have a look at it. If they think it's an overreaction, if they think it's just like standard whatever happens with your medical care, and this stuff happens, that they don't actually do anything about it, as weird as it is. They do look into everything, but nothing is done if it's like something that isn't needed. But apparently they look into it thoroughly to make sure that it's founded, kind of thing. So it's like, right, okay, put that into PALS. They got back to me straight away, asked me to email them again after the call. So I did that while it was all fresh in my mind, and I've literally just had a big rant on there, because they then I told them everything that had happened, and they've emailed back and said, tell me which bits you'd like to complain about. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they can't see, obviously, why it's wrong, or whether their complaint procedures means I have to actually complain. So I've actually complained about the process, about the fact that there's been misinformation and I've been mishandled. And there's all of these things that I am thinking that it needs just looking into to see why it's happening. And also why nobody seems to know what's going on, and why I'm just left. I'm just left. I need a PET scan. So he's going to send me for a PET CT. And I'm like, how long is that going to be? Because we're supposed to be going to Ireland in 10 days. 10 days. Because I've had to wait so long for those scan results to come back. And I'm going to Ireland in 10 days. And I mean, Emma and Lou were over there. I got the cancer diagnosis last time we saw him in Portugal. And so I'm just like, I'm going to Ireland. You've got 10 days to get that PET scan in. Otherwise, it's going to have to be December when I get back. And he went quiet for a little bit, and I'm just like, no, this is how I'm advocating over my care. I will, if you're telling me I've just got to watch, and I've just got to wait, and I've just got to see what's going on with everything. So anyway, that's how it stands at the moment. So let's see if they can pull the finger out and get me a PET CT in a week. Anyway, I'm going to see John today. So that is my highlight of my day. So I'm just waiting for him to finish some things in Doncaster. And then I think we're going to meet in Skipton, and we're going to park up in Skipton for a couple of days and go out and catch up and have some pub meals and walk around and just chill out for a little bit, and that will be that until I hear back otherwise. I've already spent 3 hours on the phone to my sister this morning. Honestly, we're talking more now than we ever have done, I think, to go through and get stuff sorted with reports and all of these assessments and things that we're getting for Dad, trying to make sense of them. I have never seen a care plan so shoddy in my entire life. Apparently I've got a brother and a sister I didn't even know about on there. My dad's name was wrong on 4 occasions on the thing. They put down on his care plan that he'd been in hospital when he's not been in hospital. They put things that happened, or that they say happened before he was in a treatment centre, which are absolutely bollocks. I don't know where they're getting their information from. There is so much wrong on that care plan. It is unbelievable. And that care plan is what they're sending to other care homes. I have never seen such a mess before. I mean, the little pedant came out of me. The amount of incorrect spelling. They spell my dad's name wrong most of the time. 1 minute it's right, next minute it's wrong. 1 minute it's right, next minute it's wrong. It's his name. It's his name. Why are they spelling it wrong? Oh, God. John's going to have so much fun with me, isn't he, when he sees me? But, yeah. What an absolute fecking shambles of everything. It feels like everything is a shambles. But then in typical ADHD way, I take my mind off it. And I've just put a lovely, complicated tax return through. Managed to get it exactly as it needed to be. Well impressed with all of that. I have never done so many dancing figures in my life with things. But I tell you something, the amount of focus that it takes to get that kind of calculations and all the little bits done that needed to be done, and then seeing it absolutely spot on, it just goes that taking your mind off things, getting stuck in. Hyper focus is real and it's wonderful. Whew. I'm a little wet. I went out, I was soaking with the old fishing rod, and it started absolutely leathering it now. I was talking to a couple of young lads, lovely young lads in the mid to late teens last night, and they were saying that they fish for pike. Now, pike scare the living daylights out of me, don't you know? But they said that would do a small pike, but still pike. Told me like how to easily take the hook out if so I don't have to put my fingers near teeth and stuff, and told me that this little blighter should be really good for catching pike on. So tell you something though, this, because it's like a heavy little rubberized fakey fish, it doesn't half cast well, so when you cast in it just goes like right where you want it to go. It's awesome. I caught a lot of weeds with it. But no, it was like really nice to cast with. So yeah, so I managed to get, I don't know, 10 casts in before I realised that it was very stupid to be stood out there in the absolute leathering rain. I have to leave in about 20 minutes, if not maybe half an hour, to go meet John in Skipton. So I'll see how it goes. I'll leave my rod up for the very last minute. It won't take me 2 minutes to put it away. I've figured out, my mate Steve gave me these are just literally one-sided but very lovely flexible little things. So these wrap my rod up lovely because it's a sectional rod in 3 parts. And when I put them round it, it keeps everything where it should be. So it makes it really easy to get out and start fishing again. So yeah, I might just sit. I put on my coffee maker. So I've kind of got half ready to go. So I get a can of pop, something like that. I don't think I'm going to be going out doing any more fishing, am I? Well, at least I got, I don't know, 5 minutes of fishing in today. I've not even stepped outside until then. I've been sat doing work and going through all sorts of things. So, yeah, at least I got to step outside. Woo! Managed to get just a little bit more fishing, no catching. But I was trying to get out of the van carefully with my fishing rod, and I leant my forearm on the countertop at the back. And as I jumped, oh, it stings and it's sticking to my side and my t-shirt and everything. Whew. So knowing me, I am going to have a massive bruise right there. Honestly, can't make it up really. Maybe I just need to, maybe I just need my husband. I'm going to see my husband. Right, so I'm setting off now. It's only 20 minutes to get to Skipton. He reckons he's going to be there just after past. So yeah, I'll just get there and get done. But this park up, I will be back to, because the fishing is good. The people have been so lovely. And I never say that about park ups because I don't like people. But you just can't help it here. Everybody talks to everybody. And in the sunshine, everyone's walking along and saying hi. And they let me play with the dogs. And honestly, it is lovely. It's like a little community. I want to move in. It's got all the things you need.